Well, our environment correspondent Navin Singh Kakar joins me now. We saw that landmark agreement on loss and damage, which kind of came in quite late. How significant is it?
You see, if you talked about that agreement, then it definitely is a huge achievement. People are saying that it's been a struggle for 30 years. But what people are also saying, experts especially, they're saying is that, this COP particularly, it managed to deal with the impacts of climate change, that's loss and damage, but it kind of did very little to address the causes of climate change, and that brings in the 1.5 goal.
And the 1.5 goal, there were concerns that it may not even make it to the final agreement. Where's it ended up?
So the thing is, it is there, 1.5. Again, if you sieve into it, pour into it, then you'll see that, it is not in the mitigation section, which is about how do we do it. It's in the science section. That's why there's a concern that that's been watered down.
So can you just explain what those distinctions mean?
So mitigation would have been how do you do it, that pathway, see? So the question was how do you do it? Countries need to come up with solid plans, achievable plans. UN was already warning that we don't have a clear, credible pathway. So there was this stress, there was this demand that we need to get the ending of, or at least phasing down of other fossil fuels like oil and gas, not just coal. That didn't happen. It's just a repetition of what we did in Glasgow last year. Phasing down of coal, it remains that. Oil and gas still going on. And that is why there's this question, how do you do it? You have 1.5 there, watered down still in that another section, but how do you do it? That question is a big thing. And of course, we can talk about loss and damage, but the caveats and all that.
Mm-hmm. And experts now saying that the planet is still on track to warm by 2.7 degrees then.
Yes. So basically, you see, the whole idea was if at current policies, the UN said we are on course for 2.8. Mm-hmm. And that is very, very disturbing. We know that 1.5 is the threshold. At 1.1, we are seeing all this. So as a result, there was this massive push for 1.5. Everybody seems to agree for 1.5. Yes, it's very important, but how?
So in reality, has 1.5 effectively been given up on?
Well, practically, if you think, people wouldn't say, but if you talk to those experts, that question remains still unanswered. How do you do it? You don't have the answer. And then they still got away with this fossil fuel, all the fossil fuels, not even forget about cutting down, bringing out, but even phasing down of this coal and gas is not there. And of course, there are issues about subsidies and all that. And that is why some countries are saying, well, in that case, there will be more impacts. Good news, we have loss and damage fund. But again, the loss and damage fund, who will foot the bill? Who will put the money there? Who will get it? That's another question. And the tug of war between developed countries and fast emerging economies like China and India, that fight is still there.
So it could be some time before that fund's even set up.
Yes, that's what we were told, that establishing a fund is already so complicated, and getting the money is a real question, because developed countries said fast emerging economies like China and India will have to foot in, and China and India are not happy about it. They said they are still developing countries.
Thank you.